is a movie starring David Oyelowo, and this movie is about the life of Martin Luther King. Well, actually no, it's sort of like that, but it's about the life of Martin Luther King in a certain famous event. It's not a movie where you see him grow up and you see his childhood. It's none of that. It's about a certain event that took place in Selma, Alabama, where a large group of people marched to Selma to Montgomery, Alabama for their rights. And there were struggles and trials commencing this march. This film, man, this film knows how to do it right. Now, I know this film was released last year, but it's a limited release film, so not all theater chains had it back then. So recently, this movie was released in my country, Canada, and thank God, because the beginning of the year had been full of terrible films such as The Woman in Black 2, Taken 3, both bad sequels. And now we got a really great film that knows the emotional core and its realism. We see people getting beat up, we see people getting called names. It's hard to watch and it makes you uncomfortable. There were a couple of scenes where things were normal, then suddenly out of nowhere, out of the blue, something tragic happens and you're like, what? And you see all this stuff happening. Now, like I said before, some of these scenes are hard to watch. This movie has one of the most hard to watch scenes since this. Then along came Martin Luther King, who said, "This is not right." So he goes to the president and tells him what was going on. The president is hesitant, and this man decided that the people of Selma should watch so that their voices can be heard and have rights for themselves. David Oyelowo, this man did it. And you know this awfulness that he has to go through. I mean, wow. He played the role right. I mean, I don't know. There were times where I was imagining Martin Luther King, the real Martin Luther King, acting in a film about himself. What I'm trying to say is that he took this role seriously. He tried with all his might portraying a very famous man. This guy is British with a British accent. A British man playing Martin Luther King. And he pulled it off. He got rid of it. And it wasn't like one of those times where we see actors acting in movies and keep on accidentally pulling off their accent. But this guy made no mistake at all. The part where he says all his speeches, awesome, fascinating. And he just did it right. If I were to go on YouTube and search Martin Luther King speeches, it would exactly sound like that. Really. But not only that, you see what he's going through. You see him receiving threats. You see his people getting clobbered. You see him getting rejected by the President of the United States. Wow, that burns. But he still has the faith. You see him praying. There were scenes where he asks his mother to give him strength. And then there are scenes where he has to make an important decision, and for a moment he prays and wonders what is right. The emotion is there, you feel for him and for the African Americans going through this crappy time. It is wonderful. The director of the film was able to tell the story very fluently without using any Hollywood cliches. And this is actually the first live film about Martin Luther King. Then you got other people like Oprah Winfrey, who was in a couple of scenes. And then you got a cameo who used to be in a lot of bad films. Another thing about this film is that it used some of the found footage from back then. And then it comes back to the scenes, matching the footage. And I just love how it's done. However, there is one problem with this film. A lot of times at the end of the scenes, the movie would typewrite text indicating what just happened. For example, I'm here doing my review, then suddenly this comes up. That's pretty nice, but I don't know if it's necessary. It seems like the director of the film was really serious about these events that she decides to prove to you that this actually happened. I don't know. Overall, this movie is really great. Back when I was in elementary school, the teacher will talk about Martin Luther King, and now I can imagine teachers showing this film to their students when it comes on DVD. So yeah, this film gets 9 footsteps out of 10, indicating the march that happened from Selma to Montgomery. So guys, would you rather see this film or see Taken 3 or The Woman in Black 2 and then hate yourself? So yes, that is my review of Selma. Thank you for watching. More reviews on the way.